some sort of weird story going around the internet regarding my husband. Now look, I'm a straight shooter, pow pow. All you gotta do is Google him and you see the story. You can believe what you want, but, okay, I stand by my guy.
In a world where conversations move faster than ever and every moment feels like it's unfolding in real time, people often find themselves trying to make sense of the noise around them, searching for clarity, connection, or even just a moment of honesty. And that's exactly why discussions about fairness, respect, and expectations matter so much today, especially when it comes to public figures, major organizations, or decisions that spark debates across social media. People want transparency. They want explanations, and they want to feel like their concerns are being acknowledged rather than brushed aside, because when something controversial happens, whether in sports, entertainment, politics, or culture, it doesn't just stay confined to a single event. It becomes part of a larger conversation about how individuals are treated, how leadership responds, and how audiences interpret what they see. And that dynamic is especially clear whenever fans feel like someone isn't getting the recognition, opportunities, or respect they deserve, leading to uproar, frustration, and endless speculation that spreads through comment sections, live streams, and trending hashtags, turning a small spark into a wildfire of opinions. But behind all of that noise, you can usually find a deeper story unfolding, one that people instinctively connect with even before they have all the facts. Because human beings are wired to respond to emotion, fairness, and conflict, and when they see someone they admire being sidelined, overlooked, or treated harshly, their reactions reflect not just loyalty, but a sense of shared disappointment, as if they themselves have been let down, and that emotional bond becomes even more visible when fans rally around someone who represents hope, talent, or change, pushing back against systems they believe are outdated, biased, or resistant to evolution, fueling passionate debates about who's right, who's wrong, and what should happen next. Yet behind the heated responses and strong opinions, there's always a quieter truth. Most people simply want to feel heard, and when institutions or leaders ignore that feeling, the disconnect creates even more tension, leaving audiences wondering whether their voice really matters, or whether
So I'm not gonna take a lot of time because, I'm getting emotional. And I told myself I wasn't gonna do this. Nobody, and I mean nobody, will ever bring the energy, the charisma, the passion, the expertise, the talent, and whatever else you want to call it, like you seen Kelvin Hunter and my ex, Wendy Williams, and the team that was behind us. And I mean the whole team. That includes my current lady now.
Decisions are being made behind closed doors without the transparency that modern communities expect. And that's why every incident, no matter how large or small, becomes magnified, turning into symbolic moments that reflect bigger issues society is grappling with, such as fairness, equal opportunity, recognition of talent, and the power of public opinion. And these themes repeat across sports controversies, celebrity conflicts, team decisions, and unexpected announcements that leave fans scrambling to interpret what happened and why. Meanwhile, the individuals at the center of the controversy, whether they are athletes, entertainers, or public personalities, often become unwilling symbols of an issue larger than themselves, with their choices, reactions, or silence analyzed from every angle because people project their hopes, frustrations, and beliefs onto them, turning one moment into a cultural debate that continues far longer than the original event, especially when that person has grown to represent something meaningful to a large audience, whether it's skill, authenticity, hard work, or a break from the status quo. And that dynamic can be both empowering and overwhelming for the individuals involved, who may simply want to focus on their craft or maintain peace, while the world demands statements, explanations, or reactions that align with the emotions of the crowd. But despite the chaos, there's value in these conversations because they force society to confront questions that often go ignored. Why do people react so strongly when someone they admire is treated unfairly? Why do organizations struggle with consistency in their decisions? Why do audiences demand accountability with such intensity? And the answer usually lies in the emotional investment people develop over time, bonding with figures who inspire them or make them feel seen. And this emotional connection can sometimes be more powerful than logic or context, turning even small disagreements into trending topics that dominate timelines for days. Still, the intensity of public reaction also highlights a growing expectation. People want fairness, transparency, and authenticity, not just in entertainment or sports, but across all systems where decisions affect individuals with large followings. And anytime those expectations are not met, audiences push back, using their collective voice to demand answers, and in some cases, even shape the direction of the narrative, influencing how organizations respond or how individuals choose to move forward. And when the dust settles, we often realize that the uproar wasn't only about the specific incident, it was about what the moment represented, the symbolism behind the decision, and the emotional meaning fans attached to it. Because modern audiences are more aware than ever, more vocal than ever, and more connected than ever, making every controversy a reflection of broader cultural tensions and every reaction a window into what people value most, whether it's loyalty, respect,
battling addiction.
I have to tell you, you know I've been dealing with issues with addiction, alcoholism, and I have a whole new life that I plan for myself and my son.
However,
or fairness. And as conversations evolve, they reveal underlying frustrations that have been building silently, until one spark finally brings them into the light, proving yet again that it's never just about the headline, never just about one decision. It's about the deeper story hidden beneath the surface that people instinctively understand, even when they can't fully articulate it. And that's why these discussions continue, growing, shifting, and unfolding long after the initial moment passes, shaping the narrative in ways no one could have predicted, reminding us that the way people respond to controversy says just as much about society as it does about the event itself.